Good evening and welcome guys to another media. Today is cooking with Ash. I think it's been forever. I've been waiting.
Baking with Ash.
Baking with Ash. Here she is.
So
I feel like it's been a while since we do a video like this, so I'm very excited. Also, I think it's been already a year since the last time you made cake pops, and that was our first ever vlog.
Year?
Yes. No. You made them for Thanksgiving, so a little less than a year, but we're getting there. So she's gonna show you guys how to make cake pops. You've gotten better at it now, right?
I don't know. Every time I think I have, it's not that good, so I don't know.
We'll find out.
Okay guys, so these are the ingredients. This is not only the ingredients such as food, but also like tools that I use to help me to make the cake pops. So this is a cake pop stand. I think I got it on Amazon. And then we have, I'm gonna do red velvet cake pops with, I use the cream cheese icing, or frosting I should say. And then I have candy melt, I have chocolate, I have this one that I got last year. It's actually pumpkin flavor, but I might use it to like drizzle on like a chocolate, I don't know yet. And I also have white. I have the little baggies with the little zip ties. I have the cake pop sticks, which I'm not sure this is gonna be enough. I might have to get more. And then I had bought these sprinkles, which I think we showed you guys in another video. But kind of like spooky monster. It says monster mash sprinkles. Has little eyeballs. I also had this from last year. They're little cake pop cups. Cupcake cups. And then it has like a little boo type stick or something. I don't know. Maybe I use it, maybe I don't. We'll see. And this is super important when it comes to cake pops. These are the easy thins. This is what I use for the candy melts, because the candy melts are not like liquidy enough. So sometimes when you put the cake pop in, it's too tough. So it'll basically take the actual cake off the stick, and that's not a cake pop. So I use the easy thins to kind of liquefy it a little bit more, so it's easier to dip and the cake pops won't break. And then I have my hand mixer. So let's get started. Okay, so first things first, we're just gonna follow the instructions. So we're gonna preheat the oven to 350 degrees. Perfect, start. Now we're gonna put the cake mix into the bowl. You're also gonna need a cup of water, 3 large eggs, and half a cup of vegetable oil. I always forget how much a box, how many cake pops a box makes. So I guess I'll kind of let you know at the end of the video. 1 cup of water. Ooh, it's already turning red. Right? So the reason I picked red velvet mainly was because obviously the color red, right, when they bit into it.
Halloween.
Mine doesn't necessarily say half, but 4 ounces is half a cup if you guys have somewhat of the measuring.
Okay, so we throw that in there along with the water?
We throw this in here.
What is that for? Just so it doesn't stick?
It's just part of the ingredient.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
I got you.
And then I'm just gonna put them into here.
3 eggs.
Actually, no. And this one had 2 yolks, guys.
Oh wow. Isn't that lucky?
Do I need to put? Yeah, I think it is.
I think you should just put an extra one because they're probably little.
Let me see. Let me see. Look. It was 2. You guys see it?
It was a twin. Yeah, it's right there. That's so funny.
But it is little, so maybe...
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So maybe we should still put that 3rd one in, since it's not like the original size. Alright, so it's time for the magic.
Alright, so I mixed it up. What I'm going to do now is kind of scrape the edges just to make sure I get everything out. I think that the best tool to use is this spatula. It's easier to scrape everything out.
It looks like blood.
Right? Look at that.
It does.
It's supposed to be spooky. You see how this is like the best to just scrape. It literally gets every inch.
Right. Of the cake batter. It does. Look at that. Look how it comes out of the bowl. That's amazing. So we're just gonna keep mixing it until we get that texture?
Yes. So mix it until you have, there are little bubbles, but those bubbles are not, it's not batter. So as long as you don't see any clumps and everything, then this is technically the consistency that you're looking for.
Right, okay.
So now we're gonna put olive oil on the pans. so it doesn't stick.
Okay.
And I also like to use parchment paper.
Oh, and the oven is ready.
Yes. So I put some parchment paper in here. I'm just gonna spray a little bit of olive oil cooking spray. I would prefer to have butter, but we don't have butter. Since I only have one tray, the rest are gonna go in here. Uh-oh.
Okay.
Thought I was running out.
Cool.
The rest are gonna go in here so that way it can. And now we have this.
Oh, it'll be easier then.
Funny story, Fernando's been wanting an ice cream scooper for a long time. So the other day, his stepdad bought him an ice cream scooper. But I'm here looking through this drawer, and guess what I find? An ice cream scooper.
That we had. I guess I didn't know about it.
Me neither. So
pour all of it in there?
No, not all of it. You can't pour too much because you want the inside of the cake to cook. Kind of like less than halfway. And then I like to do this. You saw how all the bubbles break?
Yeah.
I think that should be good enough.
It's okay, buddy. We're just cooking. No need to be alarmed.
So the rest, I'm just gonna use this ice cream scooper to assist in putting it in here. Technically, I don't have to use this, but kind of makes it easier.
It does, actually.
Just 2 scoops of that and
right.
It's good.
So Ashley ended up getting frustrated with the whole ice cream scooper, so she's just...
I don't even know why I don't know.
It sounded like a good idea, but I guess...
But the thing is that this ice cream scooper doesn't have the little, like clamp.
Airway clamp? Yeah, I know what you mean.
So it was a little harder.
Alright, so it looks like these last 4 holes are going to stay empty because we didn't have enough batter to fill it with. Because the rest is here, and then these 8. So that will stay empty like that for now. So.
Alright, so it's going into the oven for 15 minutes.
Okay. Don't burn yourself.
I'm scared of the oven if you guys can not tell.
We're good though. Let me put the timer.
Oven light and timer. Okay, so it's gonna be 15 minutes and 20 seconds basically.
Okay.
It looks like the top one, I'm sorry if I sound like this, guys, I'm a little stuffy. It looks like the top ones are done, but the bottom one isn't quite done yet, so we're just gonna take the top ones out and flip the bottom one to the top.
Gotcha. Okay.
Okay, so I just checked on, I had put an extra 10 minutes. I just checked on this one, it's almost done. But when I put the toothpick, you can still tell it's not completely done yet inside. It's a little bit raw.
There you go.
It's still a little bit raw inside. So I don't know if you guys use a toothpick, but I normally stick a toothpick in, and if it still looks raw, I know it's not done.
Okay.
So
that's a good idea.
Yeah, I put an extra 5 minutes. So the cupcakes, or they're not really cupcakes. I just put them in here because I needed extra.
The cake pops.
Yeah. So now that they're cool, because you want them to cool down a bit, I'm gonna put them all in here. What I like to do is take out, because sometimes the edges are hard, so I like to take out the edges because I like my when I break it into pieces, I like for it to be smooth.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna stick all of them in here. I already took off the edges of the ones that I felt, were a little bit too rough. And now you really, honestly, you just break them.
Okay.
You just
Simple as that.
Crumble everything. Just make sure that your hands are washed. And that's really it. You just break it into small pieces. And this is gonna help form the cake pop as well as the frosting that we're gonna put after. And I'm gonna add the cream cheese frosting into my crumbled red velvet cake.
Okay.
And this is something I just eyeball. I put, little by little. I don't put the whole thing at first. And I use my hands to kind of mix everything together.
You just crumble it up like that with your hands, all messy.
Very messy.
That's one thing about this. It's very messy. It's a very messy
I hate doing this part, but...
Alright guys, so it is the next day. We couldn't finish the cake. Well, Ashley couldn't finish the cake pops yesterday. Just because it got a little bit later, so we decided to just finish them today. So we're going to continue with the whole project or the process.
So this is the dough already. I already mixed in the frosting, and you kind of want a doughy consistency, kind of like that.
Looks like, you know what it reminds me of? Play-Doh.
Yes. The only thing that I am not too happy about is that in some of the balls you see a little bit of a cracks. It's not supposed to be that way.
That?
It could be that the temperature from when I crumbled the cookies, the cake, it was too hot.
Oh,
when I
okay.
mixed, you know, this is very temperamental. When it comes to like, you know, temperature and stuff. But as long as it's making my ball, I'm okay with it. I mean, I'm not a perfectionist. I've been watching a couple of people that I follow on Instagram to see if I can get like the perfect ball, and I guess I'll apply that to next time. But at least I'm getting some type of.
I mean,
I'm getting balls.
As good. Yeah, that looks as good as it can get. I mean.
So I mean, it's up to you on the size that you want to do.
Right.
I just grab less than a handful, kind of, that it fits like the palm of my hand.
Kind of like if you're building a snowman.
Yeah, in a sense.
Yeah. By the way, how are you feeling today? A little better?
I think I feel a little bit worse today than I did yesterday.
Oh, that's not good.
But
my throat was a little itchy.
It's my throat that's mainly bothering me, and my nose is just like super stuffy.
Right. Hopefully we feel better in a couple of days.
Not COVID, guys, don't worry.
Right. So, well, we're just to give you guys a heads up what we're gonna do. We're gonna make as many balls as we can to cover the whole entire pan, and I believe after that, are they going in the fridge to make them hard?
Not hard, but yes, they do go in the fridge after.
Okay. So
you don't want them to be too big because remember the stick. You don't want it to be too heavy that you can't dip and stuff.
Right. Okay. So we'll keep you guys updated. We're gonna finish that and let's see what the next step is. All right, so Ashley pretty much finished already all the balls that for the cake pops, and I think what we're doing now is, and correct me if I'm wrong, but are we putting them in the fridge so they can get a little cooler?
I think I'm just gonna melt the candy melts and put the stick in, and then once the sticks are in, I'll put it in.
Okay.
But I made 27. I was able to make 27 cake balls.
Wow.
With one box of red velvet.
That's awesome.
So I think that's good enough. I'm gonna melt some white candy melts for now. I like to, just so I don't keep the bag, I like to store them. So if you can, I always put the expiration date so they expire January of 2023, right. Which is perfect. We're just in time. So I'm not gonna put all of them because this is just to use for the sticks. So you just dip the tip of the stick into here, and then you put them into the cake balls. And I also am going to show you guys a trick for some of the cracks that are on the cake balls as well. So this is something I eyeball. I'm going to do it in 30-minute increments. 30-second increments. So I eyeball it and I just stir along the way every 30 seconds until they're melted. Okay, so scratch that. We're gonna do 1 minute increment, but checking it periodically because clearly 30 seconds did nothing. Not even. So I'm gonna put them
going back in the microwave.
So they're still not quite melted, but I'm gonna give it a good stir.
And we stopped it at 27 seconds from a minute, so they're getting there though.
Yeah, that's why I like to mix it, because I know that it's more melted than what it looks like.
Okay, so we're putting it back in there?
Back in just for a little bit. You don't want to burn your chocolate. So I'll probably take it down off when it says like 15 or 10. Okay. So as you can see, it's completely melted. I'm gonna melt some of the black because some of them I'm gonna dip in white, and then some of them I'm gonna dip in the black. So
stopped it at 26 seconds. You guys can see.
Didn't do much of a difference. Didn't do a difference at all. So here it goes back in. I've also noticed that depending on the color of the candy melt, which is weird, but I've also heard other bakers say this as well, they melt differently depending on the color, and the consistency is different depending on the color. I'm not sure why.
That's weird because a color should be just a color though, like. But
I've heard other bakers say the same thing.
I guess it's when they tell you like don't wear black outside because then you'll get hotter if you wear like a light color, I guess, kind of something like that. So.
And I like this brand too. There's another brand that I used before, but I didn't really like that one. I forgot the name of it though. It's like a new brand that they're selling in Michael's.
Also, speaking about that, we might have to go to Michael's, no?
Maybe, yeah, to get some cake pop
sticks.
Lollipop sticks. Okay.
So that worked.
Yeah, I'm just gonna probably put it in for a little bit more because it's still not melted enough. So here's our black candy melts. You know it's done when you don't see those little circles anymore.
Right.
And this consistency is very rough. Right now it's not gonna matter for the sticks, but later on, that's why we use the easy thins to make it thinner.
That's why they're called
and
easy
easier.
thins.
Yeah, easier to dip. All right, so I'm gonna show you guys a little trick. You see how some of them are cracked? So I'm gonna get a toothpick, put it inside the candy melt. You don't need too much, but you're basically going to seal the cracks as if, like, you're kind of using this like cement.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm gonna do that on the ones that are cracked.
Okay. Just seal them like that, guys. Look. Just like that. Very easy.
Alright, so you're gonna get some of the candy melts onto the stick, and then you're just gonna push it in like that.
Perfect. Then after we do all of that, then we put them in the fridge.
Yes.
I remember that part.
Not for too long, but yes.
We're gonna do that for all of these.
Yes. Okay, so this is what your cake pop should look like. I know they look like a hot mess right now, but you should be able to at least pick it up. They should get hard enough that you should be able to pick it up.
Right.
We're gonna put it in the refrigerator just for maybe like 10 minutes or 5 to 10 minutes or so.
Okay.
And then I'll show you guys when it comes to decoration. This is gonna be for the cake pops. The cake pops are still in the refrigerator, so I'm gonna throw in some easy thins. This is going to thin out.
These are the easy things. There you go.
I think that this one's gonna be a lot harder because I can tell that the texture is harder than the black ones for some reason.
Right.
I don't remember if this is a different brand or not. You just throw in a little bit. You want it to have a liquidy consistency so that when you see it's like rough.
Right.
See
Stay
that?
stuck in there, yeah.
I know that this one's I'm gonna have a hard time dipping. I can tell you that already. And you have to make sure that when you do dip in your cake pops that the chocolate's not too hot, because that will cause the cake pop to crack. Make sure that while you're doing your cake pops that you mix this periodically, because this will eventually get hard again. So it's a little bit better. I don't want to use too much easy thins either. I'm just gonna put a little bit more.
Okay.
And then I think it's time to already take our cake pops out.
These are the sprinkles, the monster mash sprinkles that we got at Target. I remember we got that when we went shopping on Target, so we're finally using them.
So this is the part that stresses me out. I don't have much space to work with, but we'll make it work. I have the cake pop.
Okay.
I'm gonna dip it in to the white chocolate. I use the spoon just to help cover up. This isn't a deep enough cup. And then you turn it sideways, and you use a tool to take off the excess. You kind of just tap it off.
Just to make sure that like nothing extra is left on the cake pop
Right,
itself.
you don't want too much, you don't want extra chocolate on it.
Right.
You see how it's all coming off?
Yeah.
So this cake pop's a little wobbly, so I'm scared. But we're gonna just take off as much as we can. That looks good enough. And then you're gonna take a toothpick and pick out, sometimes there's little bubbles. So you have to pop the little bubbles. You see that was a bubble there.
Yeah.
And you just use a toothpick to cover it up. Again, I am not a professional, but this one's a little lopsided, but that's okay. And then we're gonna use the spoon to help put on the sprinkles. And the eyeballs, I just put them on myself. So I'm just gonna get an eyeball, stick it on, and there you have it.
Oh, it looks nice. Happy Halloween!
You see how it's a little lopsided?
Yeah, but it's just cake pop. It's good.
Not a...
Oh, look, by the way, she had done this one before we started recording.
Yeah.
My
It looks
opinion, they
cute.
look good. Yeah.
It's not bad.
So, you're gonna do that for all of these.
Yes.
It's gonna take a while.
You know, the white ones I'll do for the white, and then the black I'll do for the rest.
Alright guys, so Ashley just finished the cake pops and this is how they're looking for now, because she is going to put them in little plastic bags like this to take them to work. So, but this is how they're looking pretty good. They look like mummies. You guys can't tell, but
These are my trial ones that didn't come out so great.
right. These are the ones that we're gonna eat and we're gonna try.
Gonna eat the ugly ones. Look at this. What
Right.
is that?
I mean, they're not that ugly though.
They're ugly.
I mean, if you ask me and I try to do that, I wouldn't be able to at least.
This one's not ugly,
They
but
wouldn't come out like that. But yeah, we're gonna try those and then she's gonna finish putting them in the bags. But just to give you guys a quick little update on how it's going.
okay, last one, guys.
To,
And that some of them are mummies.
Right.
But then at the end, I got tired. So.
Well, that's the final product, so.
Yes.
Not bad if you guys want to try it out for yourselves. I mean.
I'm just gonna wait for them to dry and stick the rest in the baggies and that's it.
Okay. So you guys can see this one kind of like slipped out of the stick down there. So what made that happen? Is it the consistency of the
It
cake?
could be when I put the. So you guys saw in one part that I dipped the stick and then I put it inside the cake ball.
Right.
So it could be that it either didn't set correctly, or the ball was too heavy. So
Okay.
it could be a lot of different things.
Well,
The temperature.
he'll chill there for now. All right, guys. So we are done with the cake pops. We have not tried them yet because we've just been so busy. But
Can you tell I'm tired?
yeah, you're exhausted. We've been doing a lot of things around the house, and we don't feel very good either. We have like a small cold. But hopefully tomorrow is a better day. Tomorrow is Halloween. We might do like a home vlog on Halloween. Hopefully somebody comes. We have a couple of candies. We want to give kids at least some
Yeah, last
candy.
year nobody. One kid came, and it was like close to the end that we were already like trying to pack up and just come inside. I was
Yeah.
so happy when that one kid came though, because I was so looking forward
Oh,
to
yeah, I remember that.
trick-or-treaters. And technically I'll already be dressed up because tomorrow at work we're gonna dress up as fortune tellers. So I have to dress up and.
I'll be Yoda again. I'll be dressed up as Yoda. We were all Yodas last year, but I still have the costume because it's like a onesie type of thing. So I'll just wear that just to have something. Just hopefully it's not too hot. Overall, thank you guys so much for joining us in today's video. We made cake pops. Now you guys know how to make cake pops in case you guys want to do it.
I'm not the best, but
I think
at least I show the fundamentals.
right, and I think this video was better than the first video that we ever
yeah.
did when we were first starting this channel. But thank you guys so much for watching today's video. If you guys liked it, make sure you give it a thumbs up. It really helps us out. I hope you guys have been having a good week so far, and we'll see you guys next time. Wish you guys can stay, but now it's time for you to go.
Bye.